RC Richie. Back for a crawl session, but we gotta do some investigating because Deadpool is acting up. Finally got her dialed in. Mofo drive shafts came in. Running the Deadpool links up front. Deadpool links up front. Rocking a fresh low cut. Cut my hair off. First time letting my hair grow out. It's time to let it go. But yeah, man, this thing is it's crawling fine. But as soon as it starts to descend, going downhill, it starts to do this little stuttering. I don't know what exactly it is, and it's not doing it any other time. I thought it might be the overdrive gears, underdrive gears, but I'm running the same exact setup on Predator with these mullet. These are the mullet V2s, nylon. And we finally got it done. One thing I'm going to say about these two chassis, they were definitely fun to build, but they were definitely not easy to build because you definitely have a lack of space in here. And you definitely got to know, you're going to have the right components, definitely. And if you can, have some wire management. If you can shorten up your wires, ideally, that's best. But we got it in there. But one thing that kept on messing with me was the Yoda 80 versus the Jeep. Obviously, we can see the difference right there, fellas, ladies and gents. One has a higher roof line, meaning the Jeep has more space. Not a problem, but we basically running the two exact same setups. We have the same ESC, same receivers, and being as though this one has more space, I was actually able to fit this battery in here the other day on the rocks. What's going on? We got 16 people in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, so this is the latest SCX24 battery. This one actually comes with the 4Runner, and is actually a little bit slimmer profile than the original. I believe is this one. Maybe not a slimmer profile, but it's a little bit narrower. 350 mAh. And I have this one wrapped in tape. So anyway, I was able to fit this battery inside of here. Everything is jammed in there, but it fits. And that's how we had it the other day on the rocks. But this guy is definitely shorter. So we have much less room. We went ahead and switched the motors. So we're running the Mini Komodo over here now. And we're running Deadbolt front links in here. And as you can see, the clearance is very, very minimal. We're right there. What's going on, everybody? Yes, it's tight, but we got it in there. Running my spacers. We got the black PTK in here. RC Wheel Shop, 12 millimeter spacing. Another thing I was running a problem with is this motor was slightly skimming on the hood underneath when it was spinning and rotating. So at first I was just going to leave the 2 screws out and keep it like that, but I decided to take it off and do a little bit of sanding. So now underneath this hood, I sanded it down a little bit so we have some free play, and we shouldn't have any issues with that. What else? So we are running dead 90. So that is just a couple millimeters slightly longer than Gladiator length. It's about 157. Whatever the stock Mias underdrive is, we have that in here. So basically it's the same exact setup, almost. I guess it's the same exact setup as this one would be, the Predator. Because we have the same axles on here. Same overdrive, underdrive in this one. But the difference is this one is running a different axle. I'm running Planet axles on Panthro. So yeah, we got Endura 1+ wheels. Same thing like Panthro, those are 1+. This is a slightly smaller tire though. This is just stuff that I had laying around. I didn't make any more purchases for these builds as far as tires and wheels. These are 58s, about 24s. These are Endura, I believe these are Swamp Stompers. And you know what's funny, man? I think this is a true, it's not a replica tire, but it's a tire that's out there. And I was watching Matt's off-road, and I was definitely recognizing these tires out there. Same exact tread pattern. Definitely a cool YouTube channel if you haven't checked that out. Definitely get plenty of inspiration from our course in that one, man. I've been thinking about doing a new line over here. Maybe possibly building this chute. We gotta conceptualize it. Is that the word? But all right, let's get this over to the course. Yeah, so basically every time I run this thing, I'm just gonna put the battery in, tuck it, and then just put the screws down in it. It's just there's 2 screws over here that we're missing now. We don't have to, but it'll definitely be popping up a little bit. And ever since I've been using these batteries as well for these builds, I've been noticing they run pretty good. For some reason, when I run it in my 50-turn Endura for the SCX30, it doesn't last in that. And the only thing I can think of is just the magnetic resistance in that motor or something is actually drawing a lot more current. I can't give an explanation on it, but something funky about this steering too that I don't like. My V2s, the Yep spec ones, they were flawless. I have no issues with those. I said it before in my other live. You definitely have to be careful with this aluminum. It's definitely very soft, and you will get cross-threaded on you. I'm playing music again, YouTube. I'm paying for it on satellite music. You can copyright me if you want. I really don't need to, you know what I mean? But we're going to put it in just to make it look cleaner. But I want you guys to see how this is running. And I checked everything. It's not binding. The drive shaft is not binding. I got it all the way compressed down. It doesn't do it. The only time it does it is when it's going downhill. We'll just do one screw for now. I got my steering turned up to 110. And I had a little bit more to go, but the PTK was making a little whining noise. Definitely when you hear that noise, you want to back off a little bit. I'm running silicones in here, but they're different, a little bit too stiff for me. I already trimmed them out as well. I took away a ring. And I still find them to be pretty stiff. There's definitely a little bit of flex right on top of the wall, but the side wall is super hard. I think I need to trim them. I need to trim up the side wall. I don't know what's going on. People with the dumb messages. All right, here we go. These 39 millimeters, they like to get a little funny and they like to stick sometimes. You want to unbind them a little bit. And these are running no oil. These are straight up out the package. So let's see how she does. Deadpool. Excuse me, Echo. All right. So we definitely not going to see it here. And I'll let you know when it starts to do it. You'll see it. But yeah, we have no problem slow crawling here. So this is why it's bothering me. I don't understand why it's doing this. So black PTK servo looks good too, man. Even though it's only that black little strip, it definitely makes a difference on the eye. I likes it. Ooh, a little more. Ah, you bastard. I'm trying to do more than it needs to be done, but I'm trying to get it really hanging off the edge. I could have been grabbed it. That's a good one right there. There we go. I don't have a diff slider on this one. Not yet. All right, we're about to go downhill now. You're going to see it. Right there. See all that choppiness? Only thing I could think of is the overdrive, underdrive, but like I said, the other V2s don't do it. I don't know why this one would do it. Only thing I can do is for experiment is take it back out and put the other gear back in. And that's the only thing I could think of that it would do that. Because it's not doing it any other time. Definitely this chassis style benefits from the Deadbolt front. But Panthro has the C10 front. We're going to keep him like that. Because now he has the dinky up front. Going back and forth in my head too, whether or not I want to put the sliders on like Panthro has. I do have sliders for this. But I don't know if I want it. I kind of like the look. But you guys tell me if you think it's going to help it. Having that slider on there. Maybe getting pinched between rocks, it'll definitely help it. But yeah, you can see that clearance. We have a good height underneath that chassis as well. Even with this size tire, doesn't need to be super big. We have more clearance than than Panthro does up front. Yeah, definitely not smooth, man. I don't know what that is. I guess nobody wants to help me out today. Everybody wants to stay in the background. That's cool. Yeah, I want to do that. Just give me a thumbs up. Sit back there and keep lurking. What's up, Drew? Yeah, I don't know if it's the ESC thing. I want to say it's something with the axles. Yeah, it's good. I just finally got it done. It's waiting on drive shafts, but this is the only issue I'm having is this little clicking that it's doing on descent only. It's the weirdest thing because it's only doing it on descent. I was just doing nothing but slow crawling and it doesn't do it when it's flat, but going downhill, it's doing it right there. And all of them are running the same ESC. Yeah. Yep. Just downhill. Right there. Chop, 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 chop. Even if I speed it up, it's still doing it. So even if I give it more throttle to see if it comes out of it, it's not as bad. Yeah, that's bad. Predator doesn't do that. Yeah, I can't really tell where it's at. Maybe it's the back. Maybe it's just the back dragging. But like I said, I didn't notice it on the other wheels On the other, see, that's bad right there. Shouldn't be doing it that bad. Be different if it wasn't doing it. Like, why is he not doing it now? That's what I don't get. Yeah, even when I compress it though, I've tried it. Yeah, I gotta do some more investigating. Thought somebody might know. My suspension is sticking a little bit more than I like to either too. I don't like that. See when the wheels kind of wave up in the air like that? Kind of want the suspension to settle. I don't like when it hangs in the air like that too much. I like it loose. I think the front is sticking a little bit. J-Star. Yeah, and it's only on descent. That's what I'm saying. Like it's so crazy. It's boggling my mind. Like this shit is butter doing all this. Literally butter. It's like it's not even choppy, nothing. I'm slow crawling it. But the minute you put it on an angle, going down, that's when it happens. Right there, boom. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, chop. And it's gone. You know me, I'm gonna figure it out. So all you can do, it's always experience, man, right? Trial and error. Yeah, something about the Mia's links, man, I just never liked. My very first set of links was for my very first build that I was gonna do from the ground up. Hey, caught it. With Mia's links, and man, them things gave me hell. And to this day, I still don't like them. They've gotten better with their directions, but they're tricky. And the one thing I don't like about them is like the length can be off on them. So if you turn one too many turns than the other, it's off. So you gotta get the digital calipers out, make sure they're right. If they're not right, it's gonna throw off your axle. Yeah, I just never liked them. I know people think otherwise, but pain in the ass to fucking get going. Even the Endura links that are like that, stainless or whatever, they have a fixed thread, meaning like it's gonna stop at a certain point. They just don't offer double bends. They definitely have all the aluminum ones, brass. Hey Drew, that K10 is driving smooth, man. Definitely looks nice. That brusher setup you got in there. These little ruts I cut in here, real nice, man. I should have did that a long time ago. Things are pretty deep. It's amazing how much spray foam. That's what I was saying to you, Drew, man. You have so much you can still cut into it in your mountain. You can make some new lines and then create more. Yeah. To be honest with you, man, I might have to go back to my Planet axles. I got 2 sets of these, and now I got the 2 sets of the Planets. And I gotta say, I like the Planets better. This has its own proprietary gear, so it means you gotta get their gear for the overdrive, underdrive. And the only thing that's real cool, I said it before, is they offer the servo mount and they offer the gears. So that's an added bonus. And being as though they offered many colors, you know, and that was thanks for 24 yet. But normally they don't come in all those colors like that. Whether they were going to do it or not, I don't know, but I doubt it. Because they don't seem like they release it after the fact. So those are just exclusives. Yeah, man. Drew, you watch Matt's Off-Road Recovery? Awesome channel. But he just had his games. His off-road towing games. They were out there in Utah, in Sand Hollow. Place is awesome. It's pretty much where, you know, I just kind of got inspired of doing all my rock stuff over here. But yeah, they got several lines that are real lines that people do, trails. One of them is called the Chute. I'm thinking about seeing if I could replicate that a little bit. Maybe put it on that side over there, because I don't utilize this over here. So I'm thinking maybe I want to build something on that side. We'll see. But yeah, check out his channel, man. Everybody out there, check out his channel if you don't already. Just when I used to think they like, in the RC crawling world, and I used to see cats with the little tow rigs. Man, to see cats doing that shit in real life, with a camper, with a tow rig, whatever, going over rocks, that's just amazing. It doesn't seem so far-fetched to me now. It makes me kind of want to get a freaking big rig on this thing over here, this course. A wrecker. Yeah, supposedly he has the world's biggest wrecker, but I don't think so. There were some big boys out there, man. Murphy's Diesel. Whew. That's all I gotta say, man. These trucks are amazing. These guys are doing real tows. They had to go get the cars in these fucking situations, but then go through this whole course out there in freaking Utah with these fucking rigs, man. This shit was crazy. While on the back of their wreckers, this shit was like incredible. They got to get them upright first, drag them. I mean, these cars are wrecked. They said they freaking welded some of the rotors on them, brake rotors, all kinds of shit. They were literally just dragging them across all the rocks. Kind of felt bad. I'm surprised everybody's not bitching about that, but I'm sure you have people out there complaining about that, messing up the rocks out there with all that abuse. But yeah, those rocks are amazing. Those rock formations, looks like Mars out there. Yeah, everybody was so helpful, man. It was a competition and there was a prize money and everything, but every time somebody got stuck, man, everybody jumped right in and help out. Yo, this dude lost his tire bead. The rim was completely bent. Man, they took out the sledgehammer, dude. They started whacking his rim so fast and quick. Before you know it, they sealed the rim. I said, holy shit. Yeah, like the skills, man, that these guys have, bro. Man. Dude's drive shaft got bent. They was fixing the drive shaft on the fly with his wrecker and his winch, and he had torqued down to get the twist out of it, and then found some metal and welded it, and got this freaking wrecker back on the road again on the contest. This shit was crazy. You definitely gotta check it out. There's been tons of videos on it right now. The live was a little bit hard to watch, but there's a bunch of videos on it now. Yeah, so I don't know what this is. Just gonna keep on doing some investigating. I might swap out the gear, the overdrive gear. We're gonna start there first and put the stock one back in and see if that helps. Memphis Moto, what's up, man? Just saw you down there. I got my phone attached to my remote. How you feeling, brother? Yeah, this is a Bluehawk chassis. You can find this on Enlightened RC. And this is modeled after a Yoda 80. 1980 Toyota truck. Guess I don't know which one that would be. SR5, Hilux, I don't know. Yeah, this is Deadpool. You ain't grabbed your crawler yet, Memphis? I know where you can start at, man. You can get you a crawler, make it a pre-runner, man. Since you like to go fast, build you a pre-runner. And then you can slowly get yourself into some crawling, man. Yeah. Yeah, they fun, but if you don't have any place to do them at, like I would love a 1/10, but the more I think about getting a 1/10, I'm like, man, where am I gonna crawl at? You need even bigger rocks to find some lines for that. I'm sure I could probably find some. Yeah. Just grab you an axial, man. SCX 24, you can't go wrong. has the biggest aftermarket. You can grow from that. It's not going to be the best ready to run, but it's going to be the best platform as far as aftermarket. Can't go wrong with that. But it's definitely going to need some upgrades. Everybody's number one question is, what's the number one upgrade that you put on SCX 24 stock? I think for me is some weighted wheels and good tires. And that'll get you by. That'll get you doing some lines. And if you want to continue with more lines, you got to do some more. All right, Drew. Be safe. Have a good one. See, I don't like that shit, man. That shit's bothering me. It should be smooth. Chop 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 chop. Chop 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 chop. Yum 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 yum. Stuart little ass, man. What the hell? That's it. We can catch this line. Yep. Choppy chop, choppy chop. I'm tripping. I probably should turn this car off by now. This battery should be done. Ooh. See, this is why I know the suspension is a little bit too sticky. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. You know what? It's not even the suspension, it's the choppiness. It's making it flip over like that. Yeah, that shit's weird. It's like from there to there. And then it's gone. I don't know, no sir. I'm gonna make it. Drive me crazy. I have no idea. You're gonna figure it out though. Right, Echo? Gave Echo some touch-ups today. Every once in a while, you gotta give your body some love again. They definitely get beat up. You know, a little bit of touch-ups go a long way. Bring her back to life. Like GE. Yeah, I was trying to reach out and touch someone and see if somebody knew what that was, but nobody's looking out tonight, so good. We're gonna get to the bottom of it though. I'm gonna switch out some, first plan of attack is switching out this underdrive. I don't know why I would do that. You know what? Let me just do a quick test run. First off, let's turn this off. And that's the only bad thing. You could probably reach the cord and tuck it out. But once you kind of put those screws in there, it's so tight in here. I'm sure I could do it. Like this. But we need to take the battery out anyway. I'm just saying we was out on the field. Yeah, I said before, man, this chassis should be pretty durable. It's all carbon fiber minus the couple pieces that are printed. And I would think that would be pretty protected because everything is within the carbon frame. Should be pretty stout. Same axles, same underdrive, overdrive, same ESC, different motor. But let me pay. I know that I know this one doesn't do it. It's not even have to even pay attention. This Predator is a little bit more tricky with the battery situation. Kind of got to wedge it up front. But like I said, man, this is 3 builds in a row. C2, C3, buggy, compy, alien style. I think I'm done. I need to get back to my regular skid, regular scale body. Something where I can hide my battery at. This stuff gets very minimal. And it's cool. I'm sure we could save a lot of space by being BOA and stuff like that. Seems like one battery fits in here better than the other. And the reason why we have to make sure it's perfect because it's like literally the motor's right here. And you don't have much room to play with. Predator. Let's just run the Predator real quick. And that's going to be it for me tonight. I was thinking about taking his frame rails apart, on this actual body and filing down the inside of this material a little bit to give me a little bit more space, just so we can add this battery in here. Perfect. Just to give me that smidgen of space. But I just haven't got around to it again. And if I do it, that means I might have to I'm definitely gonna have to repaint it. Yeah, see, it's like literally, see the edge of the battery. You can see where the motor is at. So sometimes as it starts to flip around, depending on how good it's wedged in there, it'll start to slide around and move back. So I just got to monitor it. But yeah, see this is big bores on here, and this suspension is dialed in. See, this is perfect. This does not need any bands. And look at the drop on it. It's just like it's not sticking whatsoever. I'm trying to think if I have oil in these. I thought I had 2 sets of big bores. I do. This is the second set. My first set on Jungle, I do have oil in those. These do not. These have just the oil that it comes with. I just had to remember. Yeah, full. Actually, I need to turn this down. It's too much. Okay. Hmm. Got the Nano Bam in this one. Same ESC. This has the Joe RCs. AM32. ESC. Love this Nano Bam though. Definitely gonna have to revisit this one. Ooh, this save, this save. All right, there we go. With the descent. Nothing. Nice and smooth. Another thing I'm going to look at, I have the extended Rovsky Fab transmission shaft in there. which is plus 10 millimeters. And then we have the gladiator length drive shaft. So just want to make sure I'm not at the end of the drive shaft. Maybe check that as well. So there's a couple of things I need to check. But yeah, this thing's a beast. One thing I can say, having this out on the rocks versus Panthro, I feel Panthro did a little bit better, definitely in certain lines. And I feel like Panthro was just weighted better. Like Panthro was pretty heavy. It has some weighted wheels, front and back, and it just helped it out. Kind of staying more planted on the rocks. This one kind of doesn't have any weight in the rear, which is good and bad. But I think we could use a little bit of weight in that rear. But if you had a heavy rear, you see how light that floats in that rear? It might not do that. R.C. Ritchie speculations. I didn't think he was gonna make that. But yeah, this is definitely proof that it's definitely yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a bad overdrive gear. I don't know. It could be a defective gear. And I'm only filling it on descent, which you will feel the different wheel speed on descent. So maybe that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. I'm just talking to myself. Evaluating. I was about to say, this is I think this is my longest wheelbase rig right here. This is 165 millimeters. I have quite a few 160s, 18 scale as well, 160. And these are King Trekkers, Endura, Bizarro style. Got them flipped backwards. See if we can catch this. I kind of picked it up too late. I ain't gonna cut it. Let's try it again. Let's do some death-defying stunts. Do some crawl core. American crawling warrior. Come on, dude. Why am I missing it? One more time. 3 is the magic number. All right, let me put my driver mod on. I'm over here trying to get good footage. There we go. Gotta grab it up higher. All right, never mind that. It's a good way to bust up the transmission gears. Playing around, getting your shit stuck in a bind, especially when you're running plastic gears. But the good thing about that is you're running plastic gears. Posty! What up, bro? I was sending out the postman signal earlier, man. You didn't see it in the sky? I needed your help. I got the Deadpool all together, man, but I'm getting a weird chopping on descent. And I don't know what that is, bro. So I just went ahead and turned on Predator. Because I'm running V2 axles on both of them. Both of them have the same overdrive underdrive gear that it comes with. But that other one is doing some weird shit. And it's only doing it on descent. Worm gear? What do you think about it though? It's the same worm gear that it came with. I swapped it out immediately. Put the 16 or whatever in the rear. Same thing I did with this one. Yeah, definitely I put everything on them the way they work. Did you see me crawling at all earlier? Because if not, I'll throw it on again real quick for you so you can check it out. It's the weirdest thing. So basically right now, when I'm doing this, it's like chop, 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 going down. You know what I mean? So that was what I was thinking. It was the overdrive. It's to do with play. I loads them up and bounce them off, loads them up again. I don't know what that means, Troy. Yeah, whatever the worm gears, O-rings had on them, I definitely did that. I'm over here driving and looking at the thing at the same time. Yeah, you definitely got a bonus too with the that bonnet, man, that you got. Because I even went back and looked at the descriptions of what each chassis comes with. The Jeep comes with 4 fenders. The Yoda comes with just 2. And even their pictures show 2 on there. So I don't know who's putting together their packages over there when they sending them off, but it seems like everything got all mixed up. I didn't even see they even offered that kind of bonnet. That you got me calling it a bonnet, yo. The hood. Best way to check it is swap parts out, like a whole axle set that you know works well, and chuck them on a quick one. Yeah. My next bet was just going to be to put the stock thing back on. You know what I mean? Let me see. I got 1 battery left. Don't I? Do. Yeah, another reason I noticed too, man, I was having a hard time fitting everything, man. The Jeep is definitely bigger compared to the Yoda. The Yoda has a lower, slim, higher. You can see how much higher it is. So definitely has more room in here versus the Yoda. But we got everything in here squeezed in, man. In 2 seconds. I just want you to see it real quick. But everything else is so crazy because it slow crawls fine, but it's literally just going down. Put one screw in to keep it neat. I don't like my shocks. For some reason they're a little bindy. I gotta get them right. I need them a little bit floppier. You see, Endura came out with big bore 36 millimeters. That's dope. Oh, let me see. I saw the Bluehawk has been through a few versions, so some of his stuff doesn't fit anymore. Okay, had to lean the trans back to make the pancake fit. Still not happy with it. Yeah, when I saw your that video, that pancake, it seemed like it was literally sitting at the front of here. So I'm thinking like, where is your transmission sitting at? You know what I mean? Because if my transmission is sitting there, but it's flipped around, yeah, I just didn't understand where yours is sitting at. But I just figured, I guess it was a different mount. But all right, check it out. So look at the slow crawl. Amazing. No problem with that. Definitely the deadbolt on this chassis is the move too. I can see the difference on the handling versus the versus pan throw. All right, we're gonna go down this hill right here, and you're gonna see it. Right there. Yeah, that choppiness, that shit's driving me crazy. It's almost like it's sticking. Like it wants to flip forward. But then nothing feels like it's binding, everything feels smooth. And that's the only other time it does it. I'm doing it right there now. Hey, Troy, let me ask you a opinion. You think I should put the sliders on this? I like the way it looks, but you think the sliders are going to make a difference in performance and helping? Like, you think this is going to get caught on things? Like rocks? I mean, I know I'm not out there in the rocks all the time, but Kind of like the look without it. You say yeah, axles? No, not other butter, but I do have I did put my lithium grease in there like I do all the time. I got lithium grease. I'm over here holding a remote like I'm not videotaping. Yeah, I use lithium grease. So I put my lithium grease in there. I'm gonna open back up and check it out. Make sure the O-rings are right. Okay. Yeah, no, I like the look without it, bro. Especially for this one. Pan throw, I kind of built it, and then, didn't even use the sliders. But I just kind of left it for the look. Yeah, I was saying earlier, man, I'm not a fan of Mia's links, man, because they just get too wonky on you. If you don't set them up right, man, I've had nothing but bad problems with them in the past. They were my very first links that I purchased. And I remember back then, man, they just gave me a hard time. And it's like traumatized me since. I feel like my steering is a little weird. Pulled out the calipers, tried to make sure they were right, but I don't know, I just don't like them. Let's see if we can do it with this. I was trying to hit this line earlier. Oh. Nope. What just fell? Hopefully a rock and not a screw. Oh yeah, Troy, I found my battery too. If you're still here. I went back to my bag that I went out to the rocks with, and it was inside there. One thing about me, man, I've never been the type to kind of lose things. I just misplace them. It always turns up. Yeah, I'm going to open this bad boy up and take a look at all that stuff. Make sure the grease is right. Make sure the O-rings are right. But I don't understand, like, wouldn't it be choppy during all this time too? Like, why am I just seeing it only when it's descending? Would you say, Troy? Yeah, it's in the front axle. The worm brake is kicking and the motor is pushing it off. Pop the diff cover and check for grit from where. Okay, in the front. So you're saying I should check the front? Cause yo, that axle gear, you can see it back there. It seems like the it's definitely nutty. It's like only at a certain grade. Yeah, I'll tear into it. Probably won't be doing it tonight, but I was just happy I finally got it done. Yeah, those axle extensions are pretty cool for Mofo. Only problem with that is I was gonna go with the plastic in the rear, but I was missing another little piece. The piece that I had wasn't long enough from the pieces that I had left over. But that's a cool little option. I like that. I don't know if you know about them joints. They're pretty cool though. Yeah, these tires are, I'm actually surprised how good they are. I think we have the right amount of clearance. These are Swamp Stompers, Endurers. This is another old set of tires that I had. And these are 58s. 58 by 24s, and we're running foams in them. I got the rears in reverse. Front's going forward. The foams could be a little bit, I already cut the outer ring on the foam, but they could be a little bit squishier. I only have a little bit of top layer, but I have a weird sidewall that I don't like. It's a little bit too stiff. I think we're bulging on the outside of it, so I need to trim it up some. I'll play around with it though, but I think we're definitely going to keep this wheel selection. Fits the build. Use a 1+. Put a little pen marker to the dimples. Fill them into the black. Nice little touch. We always playing around with pen markers around here. Probably eventually got to put some pen marker on the servo horn. But yeah, this is pen marker. Yeah, they're pretty cool, man. I mean, I love me some Enduro tires. Predators, these are King Trekkers. Flipped. Yeah, so we're going to open up these axles and tear into that. It's the only problem with this, though. Y'all saw how you was running the BOA, too. That's pretty cool. So you definitely won't have any battery issues, so yours should be a lot cleaner. I don't know what my weight is of this. I don't know if I took a weight yet. With the battery. I think the Predator was 5 something. I mean, Panthro. $486 with the battery for Deadpool and Panthro. $585. What did I say? Is it a $100 difference? $585. Oh shit. This is 485 versus 585. I knew I wasn't hearing things wrong. That's crazy. 100 grams exactly. What are the odds of that? That's cool. So 485 versus 585. You definitely got a bigger vehicle, bigger wheels. These tires are heavy. I got silicones in both of them. Silicone has weight. I mean, I don't get too crazy with the bias. I kind of run them and drive them how they feel. That would be a whole new video series of me getting some scales and doing a video on all these rigs, weighing them out, and see what they look like. That shit would be funny. Probably all over the place. LGRP Ripper just arrived today. Okay. I see why people break it all the time. Fragile prints, man. The Ripper, is that a buggy style or that's a regular chassis? Yeah, so here goes my sliders. Yeah, I like it without it. I was just thinking, like, if you ever get caught up in between rocks, maybe the sliders would help you. I guess that's what the benefit would be, but a slider is probably meant for a body, right? Yeah. It's funny too because these are modified. Because I never really had a heavy ring for these, I got a little Richie mod in here. And what is it? I think it's magnetic tape, I think I have in here. And there's like a roll of it. I have it on the ring. So the front ones, I have 2 layers of it, and the rear has one to put these weights, to put some more weight in these rims. So they're definitely not factory. But these are One Plus. I've always been a fan of the 1.3s, man. When I first got into the hobby, I've always liked the bigger wheel. And then it got to a point where, you wanted to make it look scale. So then I started going smaller. And then now that it's like super big. I still like my regular wheels though. 1.0s or 1.3s. They made a 41 millimeter Maverick for the SEX 30. One thing about this hobby right now, man, it's at a good time for some of these big companies because they're finally listening to the crowds, man, and they're actually reacting on it. And some of these other companies they need to take notes, and they're not. But like Endura is one of them, man. As much as many people might not like Endura, but they stay ahead of everything, man. People complain about something and they make it. So Endura, if you're listening, can we get some colored Planet axles? You need to give me as a competition. You need to include your servo mount, and you need to include overdrive gears. Let's get it. Same price. And this Mia's nylon, it felt cheap to me, bro. Putting it together, I don't know why. Just did, but definitely liking this servo, though. Thanks again, Trey. This little black detail makes a difference. Look, right now I got something got loose on me. See what I'm saying? Like, I got this kind of backed out a little bit. So I turn it down and then back it off a quarter turn because metal on metal, it doesn't seem to like it and it binds it up. So I learned that early on. And then eventually they start to loosen up all the way. Look, my servo mount's about to come off. There's something about this servo steering is all wonky. I don't like the way this meets up over here, is butting up. Yeah, I'm not happy with this setup. This one went smoother for some reason. Matter of fact, even this one, the link was set up properly. They got the proper the non-hexed one for this one. I got to see if I have another one for that, the smooth one, and just change it out. Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard you talking about them. They definitely cutting up. I think somebody else on the another YouTuber had a problem with his Mia's axles. But yeah, this thing came completely undone. Yeah, my steering is tight. We got to fix all this, bro. Yeah, I'm not happy with this one so far. I don't like the way the suspension is sticking. Oh yeah, Troy, I wound up also grooving this out inside here as well. I was definitely getting some rubbing in there, but now we're not. We're talking about cutting hair clearance. That's crazy. Yeah, I dremeled it down, put it on. I still had some resistance. I did some more. I think this may be a longer wheelbase though, because we were Gladiator, but now we're running the Camac lengths in the back. And the Camac length from Patrick Garcia is slightly longer. So I bet you this is probably like dead 90, which is probably like around 157. What? Holy shit. You talking about more. I don't think I've taken a measurement since I put the links on. Oh, wow. My caliper, I need to get a bigger caliper. My caliper only goes a certain size. But I think we're already past 160, bro. This may be 161, 162. The Predator, Panthro. Yep. Oh, yeah. You can see the difference there big time. Little smidge. It's crazy how this one is, the skid is that much more forward though. The Yoda 80. Hmm. Interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what my next axle is going to be. I don't know what my next build is going to be. I got some SX30 parts coming. I think I need to just get back into. I got three buggy builds under my belt, and I think I'm all spaced out, man. This shit is fucking hard to get space this stuff in here. I want to loosen up my belt again, yo. Put some sweatpants on, you know what I mean? Because these rigs, man, this shit gets tight. Super tight. Did I get a measurement of Predator? I think Predator is pretty light too. That stainless 24 C1 chassis is nice. I like that. $392. Nice light, boy. This is my lightest rig. My lightest rig and the longest. And this is about 165. Oh, man. Yep. Almost like perfect. 165. 45 fronts, 95 rears. I learned from Venge, man. Anybody ever wants to figure out the configuration, he helped me out. He's basically 25 is the skid, and you subtract. And that's how you get your wheelbase. Excuse me. Clearance on this thing is ridiculous, yeah. This wheel's loose too. Yeah, that's one thing you gotta do, man, is check these wheels often. Man, that was a real big time loose. I'm over here tearing. Just thinking about swapping this while I got another black PTK, man, but I'm like, for what? It's already in here. We'll save it for another one. The green kind of goes with it anyway. I was thinking about repainting this Predator and putting in some of his lime green blood on him. Oh, here goes these extensions real quick. Oh yeah, that baggy shit don't work for me all the time either, Troy. Depends how good your fingers are. But yeah, here they go. I had to cut them away from the tree. This is the longest one. See, I got the spline. That's the same stock spline that the SCX-24 comes with. And you could just butt them up to each other and then make them longer. You know what I mean? So depending on how much length you need, you can just use these with the stock ones. So I was going to go this route, but my initial yoke was too small. So it wasn't leaving me in a good starting point. But I definitely will have these for the future. These were only $5. Ugh. Yeah, it's like six yawns in a row. It's about that time. Yeah, we got some Endura parts coming for the SCX-30. I will definitely jump on live and build that. But I'm waiting for the new 30 release. I'm sure we're going to get something. Here goes all my drive shafts I have left. I got a lot of the FCX ones left now, which are the cross ones. They're a little beefier. Here goes SCX 24 right here. The skinnier one. Tearing up. All right, we're gonna get up out of here. There you go. It's like yawn number 10. That's my cue. All right, Troy, thanks for stopping in, brother. I'm definitely gonna tear into this tomorrow. Take a look at these overdrive gears. Grease them up again. I don't believe I didn't open up the fronts. I know that for a fact. I said since the rears are greased up, I'm not gonna even open up the front. So we need to check it out. But all right, people, to the next time. Same rich channel. Same rich time. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Good night. Good night. Everybody have a blessed one.